Hey, welcome to Travel Tuesday Happy Hour, where we interview dope people doing dope things with one thing in common, the love for travel. We have a great guest lined up. Grab a drink, stay tuned.
Middle finger music.
What's going on, travel fam? If you ever thought about starting a podcast, check out Anchor. Anchor is free. Anchor will provide you tools to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast to multiple streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Everything you need right in one app. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
You are, what you do?
Jackie or Jax or Raining Red, whatever is on Instagram. I work for the government. I do public affairs, public relations. I write. I do.
007. There you go.
Mostly I do media relations for the government, sometimes for the military. Couple different things. Thanks. I comb my hair just for you.
Alexa. Oh, I appreciate it. You knew Alexis was going to be on. Thanks.
No, Alexis mentioned it, but I want you to know that I specifically, because y'all know I've been avid about not combing my hair during this whole thing.
Well, I appreciate it.
I did make a cocktail. I am in
Okay,
Texas,
tell us.
So I don't have my full bar that you've seen before.
Right.
However, my sister works in winery, and so this is wine from her winery that I'm drinking.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So yeah, I'm prepared.
So what got you to travel initially?
So I think it was always something that was aspirational, I think. I grew up kind of like a mix between two worlds. I have very well-traveled friends, and I had people, and I kind of looked up to that as something that like wasn't necessarily possible. However, through the military, I've gotten to live in some very strange and interesting places, and I think in the last 5 or 6 years, I think the travel movement, specifically the Black travel movement, kind of gave me a glimpse into like, oh, like we're actually out here doing here, and all these people are not wealthy. So I think learning how I could financially fit it into my life, it just took seeing other people, and that took that first trip on my own, which in the Caribbean somewhere. And it was from then on, I was like, all right, I'm going to see as much of the world as possible. It's not super unaffordable, and I just go as often as I can.
Oh, that's dope. Do you travel alone, or you typically go with a group?
I do both. So I think before recently, I think probably when you met me, I was like, oh, I like to travel solo. But really, when I think about it, I often travel with a partner, my friend John. We travel to a lot of places together. We kind of like obscure travelers. And then I have been doing more group travel than I had in the past in the last year or so. But I like to, just wander me on my own as well. So I like.
Yeah, because you wandered a lot in Ghana.
And even when I'm with a group, I still wander on my own.
We were like, where did Jackie go? Meanwhile, she's on videos somewhere different.
I think for me, that's important. I think if I'm going to be with a group, I'm still going to do my own research. I'm still going to see.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm still going to do my own research. I'm still going to see what other things I want to see, and not let the fact that the group is great. Obviously opens up some doors, but also being on your own opens up its own doors for you to kind of do things you can't do with a larger group as well.
Okay. So, how has the coronavirus kind of impacted life in general? Because you're still making moves. You can't sit still for nothing.
I cannot sit still. So you know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. It's horrible. Like when they were showing those kids.
So you're telling me a secret? Or you're telling everybody else a secret?
Yeah. I was in Florida right before this, like right when I wasn't partying for spring break, but like right when it happened, I was like, oh, that was us too. So I am happy to have my health. I'm happy that I can work from home. I'm happy that I can pay my bills.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
I was so because I work for the government. It opens up some other types of travel. So I was supposed to be in Hawaii a couple of weeks ago for work. And that was canceled. And then I was also supposed to do a foreign exchange, a foreign government exchange for about a month and a half with Kenya. And I'm not in Kenya right now, but
it may show itself up in a different way, you know.
It may. I think it's no secret that I think my plan, I really enjoy longer term travel. And I think my plan is to live a couple different places before this is all over, this being like my life. So, you know, I'm gonna be the places that I want to be, and that's fine. And the good thing about it, the silver lining, is my sister, I'm able to spend some time with my sister and my niece, my loved ones down in Texas, that I wouldn't have been able to have this time to myself, time with them, had this not happened. So
they are so happy. There's like, she finally gets to sit her butt down for a change. I'm not gonna lie, that's the same thing my mom's been saying. She's like, oh my gosh, you're finally in one place for long enough that I can, you know, relax. So what are some of your what are your top places to have visited so far?
So I'll say the places that I go and I want to stay longer. It's kind of like they have that impression of me, like I need to like spend more time and like, you know, marinate in this place. I would say Thailand, but specifically, I think a lot of people talk about the beaches in Bangkok, but I think for me, Chiang Mai is like very livable, very like, the culture there, it's very comfortable. So I really, and also there's like a really supportive, sizable Black expat community. So I didn't want to leave there. I was like, I could just stay here with you guys. And then Ghana, I felt like Ghana just feels like home when you get there, and it's also like it tugs on you when it's time to leave. I think all of us do.
Yeah, I don't think you wanted to leave.
I did.
You know, I mean, you got there early, and then you left late, didn't you?
Yes, later than you all, but it was all that's
okay. Okay, yeah. So you was there, you know, chilling. Like, yeah, I'm here, getting my hair braided, doing this, that, and the other. You know, you really found Ghana. It was like, oh, my sister, you do braids for what, a quarter what they charge in the U.S.? We here.
Ghana is loved in so many ways, and I think it was more than we asked for in so many ways, you know. So, and Cambodia. I think Cambodia is also. Cambodia, I think Phnom Penh specifically feels very livable as well. So, like, I wanted to stay there longer.
Okay. So, what's on your bucket list so far that you haven't touched?
So I want to do as much of Asia as possible and as much of Africa as possible. So, hey, Lauren. Sorry. So specifically, I want to get back to Laos and Vietnam. I didn't. I cut off here. I was solo traveling for about a month and a half when I was doing Asia, and so I didn't get to do Vietnam, and I went to Laos and Myanmar, and then I also want to get to do in the Philippines, and then Africa. I mean, I just want to see as much as I can. Yeah. So me, I'm an experience collector. I want to go to all the places. So like, I mean, I feel the same way about South America. I haven't done enough in South America either. So, you know.
Yeah. Prior to this, I really wanted to do because it's one of those things where there's so much in that Asian region that you can't capture in a small amount of time, right? And so I really wanted to see. So I literally was planning a world tour this year, like maybe 3 or 4 Asian countries, a country in Africa, a country in Europe, and my way.
By yourself, or like picking up with groups along the way and friends?
So ideally, I would give everybody where I'm going, right? So if you want to show up, or if you want to get there early, you show up. I've gotten accustomed to I got tired of waiting for people saying, "Oh, I want to go," but everybody complain that when it's time to go, nobody's got the money. So this would have been ideally my first solo trip, and so I would have given my destinations to the people that would join me along the way, and hopefully they joined. If not, I'd still be trekking along. Um, so I've always wanted to go to Japan. I've always wanted to go to China. I was looking at Seoul, and then I was looking at Thailand, more inland than like your touristy spots, right?
Listen, get up in the mountains, like
exactly. And then I was thinking of going to Ghana again, possibly for like New Year's Eve.
Same.
But I also wanted to do like Nigeria and Sierra Leone. So I was trying to battle between those. And then, of course, I've never been to London. So I wanted to go from Africa to London. And while I'm in London, do London, Ireland, and Scotland all at the same time. So I don't have to do it again. And then back home. So that would have been like a nice trip one time around. And I was planning on doing this for about like 3 to 4 weeks. So maybe a month.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the best kind of travel. The longer term, like, because you're gonna meet people along the way. There's too many travel groups. There's too many people who live abroad. There's too many like Black expat groups or like ways to link up with people that you're finding people. You're by yourself, but you're also like linking up with people who know and like will tell you something completely different. So you have your own research and plan, and somebody's like, no, you should try this. Like that's the best thing. And my friends don't believe me, but I'm shy.
Shy?
Like,
where does this come from? Because I'm shy as well, and no one believes me. I don't understand how people don't believe that I'm shy, but it's okay.
Once you're with somebody, if you're similar to me, once you have a crew or once you're with their people, then they'll never see that part. They don't see when I'm awkward. But travel by myself forces me to I'm either going to be sitting at these restaurants and bars by myself and walking by myself, which is okay, or I'm going to make myself open to, my innocence. Nobody believes me. Make myself open to people talking to me. I have learned throughout this coronavirus, though, that I thought I was an introvert of some sort, but I'm not. I did learn that.
You learned that the itch to be outside and around people got stronger and stronger.
I miss people so much. So I travel and concerts and shows or like and just events are like my thing. So this is different, but again. So I'm super lucky.
So you brought up expats a couple of times. I know some people, and I've spoken to some people that's on here. And one of the things that they wanted to do is travel places Black, right? And one of the conversations that I was having was like, look, it doesn't always have to be just a Black place, but a place where there's a lot of Black people. And so I know London has a huge Black population. I know France has a huge Black population. Most of the Africans are leaving out of African countries to go into Europe or to K. How does one go about looking for? Sorry about that. How does one go about looking for or meeting up with expats in different countries?
So it depends on what type of travel groups you're in. Asia, they have Blackpackers, Southeast Asia. And I think if you just search Blackpackers in general, you can probably find them at different places that align. I am in a group called Nomadness Travel Tribe, and that's probably how I meet the bulk of the people that I meet when I'm traveling that are Black specifically. And I'll just be like, hey, I'm here. And somebody lives there, somebody's traveling there. And then the other thing, and this is like my like unlikely way to meet people is it's going to sound shady, but I always meet people on Tinder when I'm traveling. Like and not to hook up. Like I actually am not successful in that way, but like just to like find somebody to go have a drink with. So I'm not like wandering by myself. So I think just be open to different types of ways to meet people.
Okay.
So Blackpackers. If you search Blackpackers on Facebook, you should find groups in different places, but specifically for Southeast Asia, I know that I'm a member of that. Even before we went to Ghana, I was in a couple of groups related to Ghana, and then Nomadness Travel Tribe. It's those are my peeps. So those are all on Facebook. Then I know Uch has his group too.
Another dope conversation. Keep traveling and stay safe. Until next time, peace.